Kyle blames us for everything that goes wrong in his life. He never takes responsibility for anything that he does wrong. Kyle depends on us for everything, clothing, toiletries, his haircuts. Oh, when we buy him food, then he'll complain it's not the brand he likes.
Kyle wants you walking around money, but he doesn't want to work. If you give him money, it's like driving down the highway and throw your money out the window. You're not going to see it again.
Kyle does nothing to contribute to the household. No chores, he doesn't pick up after himself, do his own laundry, doesn't clean up the bathroom after himself. Kyle's supposed to be taking care of the grass, but my husband does the lawn care. He's 73 years old, and he has a pacemaker. Since Kyle graduated from high school, we have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars due to the fact that we pay for everything.
I have bought him about 6 cars.
He claims that when he gets a job, he's gonna help, but then Kyle gets a job, Kyle never pays for anything. So we have to sell the car. We want Kyle to be able to live on his own. We've tried so many attempts to get him to move out. We've tried to evict him, physically lock him out of the house, but it never helps.
As long as he has clothes in the house, the police will not allow us to evict him.
Kyle is basically a squatter. He has squatter's rights. I feel like a prisoner in my own home because whenever Kyle is at home, we can't leave.
Because if he's left alone, we won't have anything left in the house. He will steal everything we have and he will sell it. I'm just totally fed up.
I want Kyle to get his life together, stop mooching, move out, but he's like a bad penny. You just cannot get rid of him.
Well, Karen and Jim claim when Kyle doesn't get his way, a much darker side emerges. A side they say has left them both battered and bruised. And it's left Kyle behind bars.
Kyle is verbally and physically abusive.
Kyle will get up in your face and call you nasty names.
He'll call me a whore, a bitch. He accuses me of being a slut.
Kyle tells me, you're dead, old man. Get out so that I can get my hands on what you own. I'm tired of waiting for you to die.
These are pictures from one of his anger rampages. My arm was black and blue from here down to here.
I cannot leave my wife alone with Kyle because he beats her.
One night, Kyle had his girlfriend sleeping over, and there are no sleepovers in my house. After Kyle had her leave, Kyle got mad and he started choking me. My husband had to pull Kyle off of me.
These are pictures of me when my son beat me up. He attacked me and I hung on to him while he beat on me with his fist. And this all happened because he broke up with his girlfriend and he blamed me.
This is the hammer that Kyle used to threaten me. He took the hammer and came at me like this. And he said, please, when you're going to sleep at night, sleep with one eye open because you don't know what can happen. It was like his whole face glazed over. It was like looking into a dead person's face. I talked him down, he put the hammer away, but then he grabbed one of the knives and then came at me. The police arrived, they arrested Kyle, and he did 30 days in jail.
This is the alarm system. The doors are armed, the windows are armed, so if you move, it's gonna set it off. The reason we put this in is not to protect us from burglars, to protect me and my wife from my son.
This needs to stop before somebody gets hurt or worse.
Okay, guys, I'm puzzled. He's living with you guys.
Correct.
Always, right?
Yes, always.
So for 31 years.
Yes. Kyle picked up a cinder block, threw it through the front window so that he could get into the apartment. We packed a suitcase and lived in a hotel for 3 weeks until the home was finished being built. While we were out, Kyle decided to sell my washer and dryer so that he would have cash to live on. When we finally were able to move into our new home, he showed up on our front doorstep at midnight ringing our doorbell. Since then, he found his way back into my house. I'm so sick and tired. Every time I try and cut that cord, he shows back up at home, so it gets a little old.
He hopes you die. He steals your stuff and sells it. He calls you names. He threatens you with a hammer. You put him in jail and then bail him out. What's your career?
I'm a retired policeman.
Did you take excuses from people that you arrested?
No. If the things that happened in my home and I was working and I was on the scene, I would be locking somebody up because the situation was too dangerous.
But when you threaten someone with a deadly weapon, that's serious, right?
Very serious.
You threatened your wife with a deadly weapon.
Yes, he did.
he gets in your apartment and you go to a hotel, he sells what, the washer, the dryer, the refrigerator, he sells the stuff in your apartment.
That's correct.
That's theft.
Yes.
We'll talk about him in a minute, but you have to help me understand what it is that's driving you to continue to do this.
I think on my part, I think it's hoping that he will learn to be productive, learn to get a job and hold the job.
And what are you doing to teach that?
Probably nothing.
Well, you're doing his laundry, you're paying his bills, you're giving him a place to live.
Yes.
Hell, I'd do that. That's a good deal. Look, common sense, this common sense here. This isn't helping him, is it?
No. When he was younger, he could go out there and live on his own. Now he can't. I don't know what happened over the years. Most people learn respect and responsibility as they get older. He seemed to have lost that.
Is it possible you've crippled him by enabling him and not requiring him to grow up?
Yes, I believe so. I believe that I gave him too much. I always, whatever he asked for, I always gave him.
Okay, so their place of residence is no longer your home.
Correct.
You don't live there.
Correct, sir.
You do not reside there.
Correct, sir.
So you have no rights to that place.
Except the belongings that I can't get out of there, yes.
What belongings would those be?
I still have some clothes there. I have my actual mattress there. I have stuff there. I have paintings. I have belongings.
Okay, so you're storing things there?
About 2 weeks ago, I messaged them asking if I can get the rest of my stuff. I never heard back from them.
Okay, well, they're here now. Can he get the rest of his stuff?
Anytime he wants.
And if,
I'll
he, mess-
carry
if
it
he
down.
messaged me that, I never got that message.
Okay, well, you're getting it now. Do you have an inventory of those things?
There's things, yeah, that I'll probably have to sacrifice, but yeah.
No. There's no sacrifice here. You have an inventory of those things, so you can get those things and you can get them delivered.
I'll deliver them myself.
So you're moved out just since you got here, right? Because you told your father at the airport you would move out if he would co-sign for a car.
When was this at the airport?
You texted me a message that says that you weren't getting on the plane unless I co-signed for a car for you.
No.
I have
Show
the
me that.
text.
I have the text on my
Okay,
phone.
go ahead. I have text.
Okay, we'll bring the phone out. Is your phone back here? Okay, we'll bring your phone out and they can show us the
Okay.
text, because I'm all about facts.
And that's great. Did he explain to you that?
Did you send the text or not?
No, I don't remember saying that I would co-sign for a car, or that would come here. I was already on the plane coming here. I mean, the main thing is we're getting way off track on
No, I don't think we are. I don't think we are, because I think what I'm wanting to do is I want you to be on your own, because you want to be on your own. You don't want to live with your parents.
Have we talked about in the past month, twice I've had to call 911 on my father for him hitting me? His sugar would drop low. Yesterday we were out for dinner and he's screaming and yelling because his sugar dropped, but she's afraid to talk to him. I'm afraid to ask him for how he's doing in the morning. I'm afraid to talk to him because I don't know what kind of answer I'm going to get. I don't know if I'm going to get screamed at.
Yeah. Are you diabetic?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, me too. So you have to manage that, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
To me, it's, with me being bipolar, it's more of an undiagnosed bipolar.
Yeah. But you're not qualified to make that diagnosis,
No, I'm
and
not.
even if you were, you would not be objective enough to do that with a family member, because that would be unethical. Oh, you're going to have to read that. I'm flattered.
We'll give it to the older man to read it.
You're steadily making my life more difficult. I don't know how I'll ever get a car because it takes 6 to 9 weeks for the return to come back. He's talking about his tax return. You lose my blame me, then treat me like garbage, and expect someone to constantly forget and meet you at the restaurant. No, I'm done going into work. Bye. No, I'll do the show when my tax return hits so I can afford a car. You know, like how you left that letter sitting on your desk for so long? Sure, bye. Maybe you should treat and talk to me like I'm a human and not a piece of trash. You care so much, but the way you treat me, you say you care. And then we answer, okay, we're done, no more phone. And then he wrote back, but you do whatever you want to do. And I wrote back, shutting phone off now. Then he got into admit you lost my sunglasses, 2 question marks. Going through checkpoint 3, you and I are going to sit and have a discussion. Where do I go? And I said, Annie's by gate 20, sitting at table, order me a Coke. I wrote back, when you get here. And then he wrote, and by the time DrPhil is about to air, before I go on, we will have a plan for me getting a car when I get back. He helped max this mess with my taxes, you helped get me out. If that's a problem, you let me know because I can turn around. All these places to eat, and that's where you go. Of course you do. I'm not going on, you have fun going home. I'll tell you I'm hungry, so go where they don't serve but chips and pre-made sandwiches. I will watch you get on the plane and take my happy ass home to bed. Okay, I'm leaving with a driver, and this is when we arrived here.
You can't make this up.
My parents are very fake. They try to portray them as being the perfect parents and me as this uncontrollable child. It's not like that at all. They'll egg things on. I'm not yelling at them out of nowhere. It's a response to something they did.
Kyle's outbursts are so out of control that he has no control over what happens.
Kyle come home drunk, started a fight with my wife, started pushing her around and everything, and she ended up having a heart attack. He didn't care. He never even went to visit her in the hospital.
Last May, I wound up having to take Jim to the hospital because Jim's stress level was just so high, we couldn't control his blood pressure.
He started yelling and screaming at me in the bed.
We had to call security and have Kyle banned from the hospital.
My parents and I don't up to anything. It takes 2 to tango.
Because of the way Kyle behaves, I keep all my guns locked up. And they're all kept here, no bullets, because I'm afraid that if he gets his hands on them, he may use them. Or if he gets me super mad, I may use them to protect my wife. But I check the safe once a week for prey marks to see if he's tried to pry the door open.
I worry for my life because you never know which direction he's gonna take when he gets mad.
I'm sick and tired of my mom and my dad crying and playing the victim to everybody. It is time for the truth to be told.
What's this picture here?
It was when I was locked out of my house.
Whose house?
It was my house. It was my address on my license. It was my residence.
That's what the police told him, that if we were to lock him out, he could use any means to get back in.
What's this shattered glass here?
That's the window.
Don't you have a key to your house?
No, I didn't even know they were leaving. I went to work and I called them for a ride home, and I got a call that they weren't even in the city.
So you broke into your house?
I let myself into my house, yes.
Does this make common sense to you?
Well, it's okay to go to work and to get off work and find out that you don't have a place to go at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's normal.
There's nothing normal about this. Seriously, there's not. There's nothing normal about the way they're treating you, not at all. I agree. I totally agree.
I'm saying it's not normal, but that's what I have to do. It's either that or was sleep outside the dumpster by work. What am I supposed to do? I get off at work at 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't have any charge left to my cell phone. I get a text from them saying that they're not even in the city.
Why are you living there to begin with? Why don't you have a charge in your cell phone? You're 31 years old.
I didn't have any other place to go. Where am I supposed to go?
You're supposed to create a place to go. You're 31 years old. You're intelligent. You've got a degree.
And I have. I've got myself out of that situation. I'm working to build myself up.
But let's talk common sense for a minute, okay? Let's forget about your parents. They're not even here right now. Just a wall here, just you and me. Does it make common sense to live in someone's home, anybody's home, and call them names or yell at them? Because you are a guest, right? At 31, you're a guest. They have no obligation whatsoever. Nobody can call Child Protective Services and report them for not nurturing you, feeding you, clothing you, getting you medical care, or whatever. They have no obligation to you legally whatsoever. If they allow you to be there, it's just out of the goodness of their heart.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.